down for a bit.
Don't be so stubborn.
Your dad will never believe me.
Don't worry about that now. I'll call him. If he doesn't, you'll get an earful from me.
I don't want to upset Angela's day.
So understand. For God's sake, Mum, you can't go hopping on a plane when you nearly pass out between here and the car.
Oh, I feel terrible, love.
Stay there. I'll call Dad, then the doctor.
Susie!
What is it? Mum, what is it?
Call the doctor. Something is terribly wrong.
Quite a few of the guests will be having a drink in here beforehand. So I suggest you use the pool room as a bar as well as outside.
Very well. And that is the round trip.
Oh, that's fantastic. Hello there. Been having a tour of inspection, have you?
How are you, Mrs. Hamilton?
I'm fine, thank you, Kevin. And you must be Lynn.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you wouldn't have met.
You've certainly chosen a very pretty wife.
Oh, she'll do me.
We've really been looking forward to it, Mrs. Hamilton.
Oh, we've been looking forward to having you.
Guess I better go and do something about putting on the glad rags.
Where's your room?
Back up top. Like a look?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
He's a bit, you know.
Don't worry. I'm sure it's not easy for any of us. Now, give us half an hour and we'll all be the best of friends. How was Mrs. Palmer when you left?
Oh, fine. She's, looking forward to today.
Strange she didn't come up on the same plane.
No, she and Mr. Palmer, she wasn't feeling too good.
I suppose changing the wedding to up here caused her quite a bit of bother.
Yeah, it did a bit. Oh, but I'm sure she didn't mind.
I'm sure she didn't. Well, I'd better go and see how things are progressing. You'll be all right here, won't you?
Yes, thanks, fine. Oh, I like your shells.
Yes, they're lovely, aren't they?
Come on, Mum. Take it easy.
The doctor's on his way, Mrs. Palmer. Just try and relax.
Oh, how can I relax?
Just lie there and take it easy.
Susie, if I don't get there, what'll your dad think?
That's the least of our worries right now. Getting to the wedding's nothing compared to your health.
Is the baby going to be all right?
I'm sure it will.
Do as you're told. Dr. Stevens will be here in a minute.
That house is so beautiful. Rosie did them all.
A bundle of nerves in there.
Ah, I got the pair of you. Here, you forgot your buttonholes.
Still no sign of Beryl and Susan? No, there might have been a plane hold-up.
Stop worrying, David.
Well, it's just not like them to be late, that's all.
Yes, well, you know what? The traffic's light from the airport.
I might wait outside.
Oh, here, come on in here. I'll fix it for you. There we go.
Oh.
The bouquets.
Oh, thanks, Paul. Here, give me mine and take the others in. I've got to go upstairs and get changed.
Your bouquet and the flower girls.
Why didn't you give them to Jill?
She buzzed off before I could.
I thought you said you were going to keep out of my way today.
I've been looking after the flowers. The florist's...
I don't care about the damn florist or the flowers. You as good as told me you wouldn't get in my way today. Why do you think I've been staying in here all morning?
It wasn't intentional, honestly.
You should have resigned when you said you were going to. Why did you change your mind?
Angela, I can't see why you're so upset.
I'm not interested.
Hey! Come on. I'll get on with my work. Mrs. Hamilton, you'd better have a word with Angela. She's very upset.
What? Well, what's wrong?
You talk to her.
Darling? What on earth's the matter? What's happened?
Can't go through with it.
Darling, I know this is a very big day for you. And it was a quick decision when you and Rob decided to have the wedding so soon, but it's only natural that nerves will take over so easily.
It's not nerves.
Then what is it? You don't just change your mind.
Well, I have, and I can't go through with it.
Have I said something?
No.
Have I done something?
No.
With somebody else? Paul was very upset when he came into the hall. Has it got anything to do with him?
Well, he's always around. I thought he wasn't going to be around
So
today.
it is something to do with him. What did he do?
No, Mother. You're wrong. It's all just wrong. It'd be a mistake, that's all I know.
Oh, my darling, you're going to have to come up with a pretty good reason why, or you're going to look very silly.
Don't care.
Fine. So what you want me to do is go out there and humiliate both the Hamiltons and the Palmers by announcing that my daughter has changed her mind. Rob isn't right for her.
It's not Rob.
Oh, good. Oh, well, that's one thing we've got sorted out. It's not Rob. He'll be pleased. Make all the difference to him knowing he's not the reason why you don't want to marry him. Angela, he is out there. How do you think he's going to feel in front of everybody?
I can't help that.
Oh, there are times... I might have known you'd pull this one again.
What?
Oh, you didn't let it get quite as far as the wedding last time, but you made sure all the arrangements had been made. Oh, is your memory a little short? Simon Armstrong?
It's not the same.
Isn't it? You know, I think you get a kind of pleasure out of putting the people closest to you through the mill. But if that's the way you want it, far be it from me to spoil your fun. So I'll just pop out there and gather all the guests together. Oh, they've nearly all arrived by now, you'll be pleased to hear. And I'll tell them that the wedding's off, but we'll have the champagne anyway. For if all you wanted was a big party, you should have said so in the first place.
Mother. I'm sorry. I'm just being silly. I'll get ready.
Nerves, right?
Nerves.
What? Seen a mob outside.
Quite a turnout.
Don't even know half of them, including that lot.
No, there's a few from work.
Fat lot of good that does me, eh?
Shouldn't we be getting outside?
What's the panic? Might have missed the rehearsal, but I'll be there for the show.
I can't get over you.
I've always been lovable.
No, I mean, you haven't got a sign of nerves.
Why should I? I've got the best girl in the world. She loves me. I love her. We're getting married in 17 minutes and 45 seconds. What's there to be nervous about?
When someone sounds as though they've been drinking champagne all morning, and they haven't, I'd say there's a pretty good chance nerves have got something to do with it.
I'll go along with that.
Why shouldn't I be happy?
No reason at all. Any sign of Beryl and Susan yet?
Doesn't seem like it. Dad's playing sentry outside.
Oh, I hope they're all right.
Yeah. Well, come on, we better make a move outside. Folks, it's about time.
Would you come in, please, Susan? I'd like you to hear this, too.
Is everything going to be all right?
Well, the sedatives have done a lot of good. But I'm going to be honest with you. You are suffering from hypertension, which we can treat. But you are in danger of miscarrying. Now, the main thing you can do to help us is to remain calm. Well, that might sound a bit pompous, but if you put your mind to it, you can relax, you know. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, Doctor, yes. I know exactly what you mean. I'll do everything I can. I don't lose my baby.
There's a good girl.
Are you kidding?
You're all girls to me.
Love, would you ring your dad and tell him I want him to come back?
Of course, Mum.
I know it sounds silly, but it'll be a lot easier with him here.
Oh, it's a good idea.
Oh, see the switch.
You behave yourself, eh?
I'll be okay. Knowing David's coming.
Oh, stragglers, everybody else is outside. Better organise them, Gordon.
Can't hold up proceedings?
Oh, fortunately,
Hamilton's.
she's all right now. Did you say something to her?
Hang on. Mother, do you know where David Palmer is? It's his daughter, Susan. Wants him urgently.
I'll talk to her. I'll catch up with you later. Here you are. Come on. Work to do. Hello, Susan. It's Patricia Hamilton here. We're not quite sure where David is at the moment, so I've sent someone off to look for him. Can I do anything for you? You're at the airport, are you?
No.
Mum's in hospital. She's terribly sick. We were just about to leave when it happened.
Oh, we've got a dreadful line, Susan.
She wants Dad to come back. It's very, very urgent. Could you tell him to come back straight away?
Oh, this really is an awful line. Beryl's sick, and I'm to tell David to get back to Melbourne as soon as possible. Is that right?
It's very urgent.
I think I've got that, Susan. Thank you, dear. Bye-bye. Oh, there you are. Susan's just been on the phone. Beryl isn't coming.
What? Might have known she'd pull that.
Oh, I don't think it's deliberate. Susan said something about her feeling off colour. She wants you to go back straight away, actually.
Just when the ceremony's about to start.
We had a very bad line, but I'm sure that's what she said.
Oh, I better call back straight away and find out what in the hell's going on.
I don't think there's much point. Apparently they were on their way to the airport when Beryl felt ill. They're probably at the doctor's surgery.
The baby's okay, isn't it?
Well, Susan didn't say anything about it, so I guess it must be. I actually got the feeling that Beryl was panicking a bit, but the line was so bad it was hard to tell.
Oh, what do I do? Yeah, won't take long for the wedding. I should be here for Angie's sake. Oh, if only I could talk to Beryl, I'd know whether I should go straight away or not.
Well, of course, Gordon could take over from you quite easily, but it seems silly for the sake of a couple of hours or so.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you look beautiful.
Where's little Debbie? Oh, don't worry, darling, I'll fix that. Thanks.
Yeah, you look good enough to be married.
Over that is, you're going to be late. Oh, it is you. What are you doing here?
I was just looking at the chess set.
I think you should remember who you are.
Sorry, Mrs. Hamilton.
Put the piece back, please. What went on between you and Angela before?
I told you I just took the bouquet into her.
What did you say?
Nothing. I can't remember exactly. I told her about the mix-up with the florists.
Surely that wasn't enough reason for her to get so upset.
No, I suppose not.
What did she say?
She wasn't interested in the bouquet.
Well?
She lost her temper with me.
Well, if you were being as vague with her as you are with me, I'm not surprised.
I think she was probably just a bit nervous about the wedding.
We'll leave it at that. Haven't you got something to do? You are invited, you know. You ought to get outside.
I'll just finish clearing up a few things in the kitchen.
Oh, don't leave it too long. The ceremony's about to start.
I'll get it. Oh, Mrs. Armstrong. You're running a bit late.
Yes, I know. My apologies. I thought you might have changed your mind. Oh, no, I thought it only polite that I come.
Well, pleased you did. Angela looks lovely.
Oh, thank you, Rosie.
Don't worry. You'll have a lot of friends there.
Very few, I would think.
Well, there's only one that I'm interested in.
If you're thinking about getting your claws back into Gordon, think again.
You know, you really are the most extraordinary woman. You seem to credit everyone with being as devious as you.
Oh, not nearly that generous.
Now, that I'd noticed.
You see, I always make sure I win. And today I've got my entire family with me, including Gordon. He loves me, he's going to stay with me, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Patricia, I don't want to. I've no intention of lowering myself to your level. Gordon isn't some possession, something to barter or to be handed from one person to another. He is a human being, and a very fine one. And quite frankly, the way you manipulate him is not only demeaning to yourself, it's demeaning to him. And the thing I don't understand is how you can do that to another human being.
Because I know what I want. Therefore, I get it. My daughter is outside, about to be married. Would you care to join us? Thank you.
Well, it's time. Everything's ready.
Fine. Well, boys, you can just follow me, please. Yeah, good luck, boys.
Good luck to you.
Where on earth's your mother?
Don't know. They're probably stuck at the airport.
Oh, what a shame.
They're coming.
Oh, we've nearly missed it. Come on, it's just started.
I've got to clear this mess
It
up,
can
Rosie.
wait. Now, come on. Come on.
You may now kiss the bride.
Lovely ceremony. I must see how things are going in the marquee.
Fine, darling.
Excuse me, Eileen, dear, I'm sorry, but I'd rather not have confetti all over the lawn, if you don't mind.
I'm very glad you came.
Sorry I was late. Angela looks charming.
Yes. Yes, she does. Nice ceremony.
Huh? Could you excuse me, please, Gordon?
Well, the boys can see me now, eh?
Pretty suave. Oh, I feel very proud. How about you?
Oh, so am I.
I thought I'd change the seating at the official table and have you and Gordon on either side of me, seeing as Beryl can't be here.
Right, that's a good idea. I won't be able to stay long, though.
Oh, you'll have to stay until after the speeches.
I'm not sure, Pat. I'm worried about Beryl.
If it was anything serious, we'd have heard more.
That's true.
Just enjoy yourself.
No.
Don't wander too far, Mother. You'll be needed for photographs.
Have you heard anything about your father?
Not yet, Mum. Don't forget he'd have to get to the airport and get onto a flight. It's a good 40 minutes at this end. Don't worry, he'll be here.
He shouldn't have gone.
He wasn't to know. None of us were.
I need him, Susan. I need him here with me.
Keep calm. Remember what the doctor said.
Yes.
Come on. Close your eyes and rest.
Come on, buck up.
I'm worried about her.
Yes, but you're a nurse. You should know better than to let her see you're upset.
I'm not, Doctor. It's not easy pretending. I
Yes,
need
but
to
you're
get
a
out of here.
professional nurse.
I know. It's a bit different when the patient's your own mother. I've never experienced it before. She's getting very uptight because Dad hasn't shown up.
I'll have a look at her.
Any luck?
No answer. You think they'd be there by now?
Well, they need you for some photographs. You better come outside.
All right. I came in for a tissue.
A lot of people.
There most certainly are. I had a look in the marquee when I came in. Guess where Patricia's put me? Right over the other side. I suppose it's her idea of outer Siberia.
It's not really my kind of scene. I think I'll make myself scarce.
Oh, you can't. You're sitting next to me and you can't desert a sinking ship. I'll need your support. If only Patricia knew who she'd sat me next to.
Patricia, come on. We're waiting for you.
Coming.
Eileen, you've taken enough now, love. Come and get in the line. Come on, Mum, in the photos.
Come on. You're into the front row. I'm going to take it. Right here?
Yep.
Smile.
Come on, Mother, David, your turn.
Come on, Pat. Okay. Here we go. Yeah.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Palmer. We did all we could.
I want my baby. You've lost it, Mum.
where's David? David should be here.
I said at the beginning, I always seem to get lumbered with the telegrams. When my young brother Kevin tied the knot, had quite a few problems with some of his schoolmates. Well, not quite the same situation today. Now to the lucky last one. Well, I haven't been that bad, have I? I might have to keep you all in suspense. Well, after having read it, I'm not too sure whether you should hear it or not.
Let's get it over and done with.
Right. Well, it's, I'll tell you who it's from first. It's from some funny group called The Used Ones.
The Used Ones?
Whatever that means. I think it might have something to do with Rob, though.
Oh, yes.
It's got a note with it, too. It says I have to sing it.
Oh, please.
Don't worry, you're safe. I'll just read it out. All right, Rob and Angie, hope you're happy. Drop the clutch and get in gear. Watch the steering, check the handbrake. We'll trade it in for you next year. The used ones. Well, that's all from me. I'd like now to hand you over to our MC, Wayne Hamilton.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was a good experience for the lad. My next duty is to introduce you to the father of the bride. No doubt you're all wondering who that'll be. I'd like to ask my father, Gordon Hamilton, to step forward.
Thank you, Wayne. Most of you are aware, of course, that I am not Angela's natural father. But David Palmer has allowed me the privilege of making the speech for both of us. I'd like to thank him for that.
Susan? I thought you should know I want to keep her here for another day at least. Well, she's fine physically, but I want to keep her under sedation.
Oh, if Dad was here, I know she'd calm down.
Well, there's nothing you can do about that.
I can't understand it. He should have got the message. Can I make another interstate call?
Of course. I'll let the switchboard know.
Not a great deal more I need say, except that it's been a delight and a privilege to bring Angela up as a daughter. And I'm very confident and very pleased in her choice of a husband. I know he'll look after her in a way that both David and I would wish. Thank you.
And now I'd like to propose a toast to the bride and groom. The bride and groom. Let's see if they can still stand for the bridal waltz.
Gordon, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I've come to a conclusion.
I'm serious, I know.
Very. I feel out of place. With Patricia here, it's going to be very difficult being in Sydney. It's not fair on you, and it's not fair on me. So I've decided to go to Melbourne. An excuse to visit relatives. I can't say I'm very happy about you taking Patricia back, but I'll learn to accept it. Doesn't mean I have to stay and watch it happen, though.
I've been terribly unfair to you. Can't think of another woman who's put up with me changing my mind so much. And then my mind, my affections. all that gossip I put you through.
No. That's the least of my worries. Let's give them something to really talk about after I've gone.
Giving up at last, are we?
I saw you watching me with Gordon, Patricia. You can save your bitchy remarks. I'm leaving.
Oh, good.
In fact, I'm leaving Sydney in a few days. For a while.
Even better. Our little talk had some effect, did it?
You really are a very sad woman, Patricia. Whether you like it or not, Gordon's not going to forget me. And I'm choosing to leave you to it. Not because I feel defeated, but because I don't want to see Gordon suffer anymore.
How very noble.
Well, at least I know the meaning of the word. So does he. I'm just giving him time. Oh, lovely party.
This should do it.
You don't think anyone saw us sneak away, do you?
No. Too wrapped up in the champagne.
Oh, well, I bought the spare just in case you choke on the petrol.
Don't you ever check your fuel gauge?
Oh, I just forgot to look. I once tried putting metho in the old V-dub.
Did it go?
No, but that wasn't anything new. You don't think Lynn will get snitchy at me for pinching her?
Nah, of course not. She's having an amazing time. She won't even notice I'm gone.
There you are. What are you doing here?
David's getting ready to leave.
Oh, you better come out again. Dessert's about to be served. Can't have the mother of the bride vanishing halfway through the breakfast.
You know, Wayne, I really wish you'd try to be a little more subtle. Your lack of manners while you were emceeing was noticed by a lot of people.
Does it matter? Surprised you care whether things go right or not.
I may not be for the marriage, but I'm not stupid. If I don't appear to be on side, Angela's just as likely to go hightailing it off to Melbourne. At least the marriage will keep her here until she gets the Palmers out of her system.
Taking a bit of a punt, aren't you? There's nothing to stop her and Rob going back there straight away.
I wouldn't be too sure.
What little plan have you got now?
Oh, you're a quick backer?
Oh, well, I have to be. I'm really worried. I tried home again and Susie's, and there's still no answer.
There's bound to be an explanation.
That's what I'm worried about. If it is the baby...
I'm sure it's nothing serious.
Could you do me a favour? I don't want to get tied up in that crowd again.
Of course.
Could you ask Rob and Angela to come in? There's something important I'd like to see them about.
Fine.
Tastes better than petrol.
Well, you wouldn't say that if you'd had some of the champagne I've had.
Thought Fiona had good taste.
Oh, it depends how flush she is.
Yeah, well, you'll be on top stuff from now on. Her money.
So why does she hasn't bought a vineyard?
Yeah, I can just see Fiona treading her own grapes.
And drinking all the profit.
Hello. Where have you been?
I was just going to ask you the same thing.
Jules can't eat it topping up.
Oh, with champagne? Oh, don't tell anyone. I couldn't bear to ask anyone to drive me to a garage. Oh, well, the dessert's being served, so if you want some, you better hurry up.
The famous Pav. Pity Mum's not here.
Yeah. Well, come on or you'll miss out. Oh, thanks for the help, Kev.
No worries.
A week ago, I'd have been so jealous catching you with a pretty girl.
Who?
I'll tell soon you said that.
Don't you dare.
I hate rushing off like this, but I know you understand.
Of course.
And I would have liked Beryl to have been here with me right now. That's not possible. So here's to you both. It's not as much as we'd like, but it's from both of us, and, well, hope it helps you.
$300. Oh, thank you, David and Beryl.
Thanks, mate. Very much.
I think it's a lovely present. Just wait here for a moment, will you?
Did you manage to get a flight?
Oh, yeah, they've got me one in 2 hours.
Won't have much time. It's a fair drive from here.
Oh, right.
I was going to wait until after all the guests had gone, but now seems as good a time as any. Doesn't look like much. It's only a receipt. The title hasn't come through yet. But you are now the proud owners of the block of land that you were so keen about.
Oh, Mummy, that's fantastic.
True, eh? How about that?
Well, with David and Beryl's money and the way you're saving at the moment, Rob, I don't think it'll be long before you're talking to an architect about building your own home.
You still here?
I was just about to ask the switch to try Sydney again for me.
Oh, I think you might be wise to go home. Your mother's resting. She doesn't know what's going on. And you'd be far better off having a rest yourself.
I don't like leaving her.
I'll contact you if there's the slightest change in her condition.
Thanks, Doctor. Does make sense. I'll be able to collect a few things from the house for her and try Sydney again.
We'll give Mum our love, and we'll do. And you enjoy yourselves for the rest of the time you're here. Fiona will probably make sure you do, I suppose.
Yeah. Feel a bit guilty not coming back with you.
Well, your mother would be annoyed if you didn't stay on.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Anyway, I better get going. Bye.
Hang on a minute. Oh, just caught you. Oh, sorry. A couple of pieces of wedding cake for you to take back and a piece of pavlova for Beryl. Do you mind taking them on the plane?
No, of course not.
Well, I know they're not the easiest thing to handle, but we just wanted Beryl to know we were thinking of her, even if she's not well enough to eat it.
Thanks, love. It'll mean a lot to him. You make sure you and Rob keep in touch.
Oh, you'll probably have to put up with us popping in from Macedon at some stage, apart from the fact we want to thank Beryl for the present.
Well, I look forward to it.
And thank you again for coming and for everything.
Hey, what's the pen?
I think you're a great dad.
Hey. Behave yourselves.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Well, come on, you two. Back to the party.
Day of celebration, Gordon.
Yes, it is.
I thought it might be a day of burying hatchets as well.
Did you?
It would be so good if we could call it quits as far as resentment is concerned.
All the champagne in the world won't let me change my mind about you.
I thought you might have finally understood me buying Woomba is not what it looked like.
As far as ruining me is concerned, well, to pinch, I can excuse that. But I can't forget the lies about Patricia and James Shepherd. Another glass of champagne.
Hi.
They got some great presents.
Yeah. Listen, I haven't had time to say thank you.
What for?
For saving my neck. What else?
Too good a worker to lose.
Glad someone thinks so.
I am worried about you. You're going to have to learn to separate your personal life from work.
I'll get there.
Hal doesn't fool around. When he says you'll be out, he means it. I'd hate to see that happen.
It's nice to know I've got someone on my side.
I wouldn't bother if I didn't think you had something going for you.
Thanks. Needed that.
Might sound a bit flowery, but it's nice to have someone genuine about the place.
John, I've been looking for you everywhere. Come on, we got to fix up the wedding cake. Oh, right. Can't let them go without that.
It's the street. It's central up here, Mrs. Keegan.
I've just been checking on Angela. See if she needs anything else, changing into a going-away outfit.
You really do know how to run a house, Rosie.
Oh, well, I've been doing it long enough.
Oh, and I think I could look after a place as big as this.
No, I have a job looking after our small home.
Oh, it's not too bad, really. It's a lovely house. I'm going to miss young Rob around when he and Angela eventually do move out.
Yes, I could say the same thing. Although Bob and I got used to him coming and going as he pleases. Won't seem any different, really. Might even see more of him. I was a bit worried about David going back on his own. I wondered if I should have gone with him.
Oh, it's a good thing the wedding plans were changed. Imagine if it had been down there with Mrs. Palmer feeling off colour. Oh, she'd have been in a real panic.
Oh, I do hope she's all right. You've got a daughter to be proud of, Aileen.
I think so.
She'll be all right. She'll just be having one of those days. I know exactly how she'd be feeling. Oh, I've had enough of them. When you're pregnant, there are some days you just don't think you can face getting out of bed.
You don't say, love.
I don't know. Some things never seem to change.
Nothing wrong with that.
I remember when I was a kid, we used to do the most dreadful thing to neighbours' families when there was a wedding on. We used to live near a church, you see.
I can't imagine you playing up, Mr.
Oh, believe me, I was a holy terror.
Your grandson seemed to have got it from you.
Ah, there's nothing wrong with a bit of good old-fashioned fun. Do you want any help there, fellas?
Nearly finished, Pop.
Oh, all right.
There, finished.
Thank you. All right, how do I look?
How do you think? You look as fantastic as the first day of the clapdizer.
Don't quite know how to take this.
You know exactly how to take it, Mrs. Keegan. Never thought I'd see myself getting married with quite so much hoo-ha. Wouldn't have mattered, you know, if we had eloped.
I know.
It's good to see David and Gordon getting on so well. And you, being the best girl in the world, that's all. God, I'm lucky.
We've both been through a lot, but we made it. We're both lucky.
Oh, sorry, Rosie. Wayne said there was a call for me.
Mrs. Hamilton took it.
Just a minute, here she is. It's Hal. He's very apologetic about ringing, but it's some urgent matter for you. I've asked him over for a drink. See if you can talk him into it.
Oh, it's really good to see you.
You too.
Put lippy all over you now.
Have a good time.
It was a beautiful wedding. It really was.
See you, kids. Oh, start out my laugh,
Mrs. Keegan, Mum, Aileen, if you like. Thanks for the house. We'll look after it.
You're welcome. You know that.
Well, Mum, I finally did it, eh?
We're very proud of you, love.
Dad?
Congratulations, son. Good luck.
Daddy,
See you, mate.
Merry Britannia Walk.
thank you for everything.
Bye-bye, darling. Have a wonderful time when you get back.
Mother, it was wonderful. Thank you.
You're okay, Nana? Are you happy?
My pleasure.
Of course I am.
Just look after her.
Oh, I will.
feeling?
It must be as wrong as my one about you last night.
You look after yourself.
Thanks. For everything, you know.
Hey, don't believe it. Not a tin can inside. See you, mate.
Bye.
Hello?
Oh, thank heavens we've got you. It's Rosie Andrews here. Is that Susan?
Yes, it is.
I'm ringing from the Hamilton house. David's been trying to get you since he got a message about Beryl not being well, but there's been no answer.
Well, that's funny. I told Mrs. Hamilton Mum was in hospital.
Hospital? Patricia didn't say anything about hospital.
Could I talk to Dad, please?
Oh, he's not here. Went straight after the speeches. The message he got was that Beryl wasn't well enough to travel, and could he get home as quickly as possible? Nothing was said about hospital, Susan.
That explains things, then. Mrs. Hamilton said the line was bad. She must have got things really mixed up.
Bet she did. Well, I know what's behind it all now.
I don't know what you mean, Mrs. Hamilton.
Oh, come on. I'm talking about you and Angela.
I'm sorry. It's just one of those things, I guess. As soon as we saw each other.
She didn't encourage you?
No, not at all.
I see. Obviously, you can't stay here. I'd like you to leave before Angela comes back. It can be today, or you can work out the rest of the week. It's up to you.
There'll be a lot of clearing up after today. It's only fair if I stay and help.
Fine. I'm sure Rosie could do with some right now.
Mr. Mason?
Oh.
Oh, good. You made it. I think there's still some champagne left.
What's going on?
What?
That boy, the one who just went out.
Paul?
What on earth is he doing here?
Oh, he's our gardener. Paul Clark. Do you know him?
Well, I don't know what he's playing at, but you just went halfway around the world to find him. That's Paul Shepherd.
So, Paul Shepherd has been outed, and so has Patsy McManus, whose son Steve isn't allowed in the room between 1:30 and 2, so he goes and watches it in his own room. Good one, Steve. Barbara was keen to out Pat the Rat today when she said, "You really are a sad woman, Patricia." Sandy Roberts and others were thrilled to notice that the word sado has been included in the new Oxford English Dictionary, although she doesn't agree with the definition they've given. And she has that Atari game system like Kevin, with Pac-Man, so there. Does anyone actually remember seeing Barbara and Gordy together? They seem to have gone straight from just good friends to a tearful parting without so much as a little snogging in between. Or did I miss something? Will also saw dear old Brian Blaine in Return to the Blue Lagoon on the other side the other morning. He found seeing dreary old Gordy in an exotic location akin to finding a cagoule in Fiona Thompson's wardrobe. See you tomorrow, 1:05. 1:30.